Hi friends, this is Miss Angie, your True to Friend Children's Librarian, here for your 13th installment of Sherlock Shorts. We're going to be reading puzzles to you from the book, The Great Sherlock Holmes Puzzle Book by Dr. Gareth Moore. So last time we read the circular puzzle. I'm going to read that one, give you the answers, there's a lot of them, and then I'm going to read a new one, and the new one is called a One-Way Oddity. Okay. All right, so the circular puzzle. On most weekends, Holmes and I find ourselves called away on business, so it is a rare Sunday morning that finds us both sitting and examining the day's papers. When this does happen, however, Holmes often calls out to mock any puzzles he finds among the pages, laughing at what he regards as the childish simplicity of their conundrums. One morning, though, he summoned my attention away from a particularly fascinating article on a new animal discovered in the far throes of the empire to show me a new puzzle type being featured in the paper. "Look at this circle of letters, Watson," he said. "It's a puzzle so simple a child could understand it, so I thought you might enjoy it. The aim is to try and create as many words as you can, each of which uses the letter in the middle plus some combination of two or more others. In fact, I've already spotted a rather apt 9-letter one. I'm going to show you the puzzle in a second. And the questions are this: what is the longest word you can spot, and how many other words can you find? Holmes professed to have discovered 20 in total. All right, so I'm going to show you the puzzle here. So you need to use the D in the middle, and you need to use at least two others. So the minimum length of our words will be 3. You need to have at least 3 letters per word, and then our goal, find all the words that you can, and then what's the longest word? So if you want to do it now, you could pause this, you could write it down, and then continue. If you've already done it, let's get out our lists and see what we came up with. All right, so the answers are this. The circular puzzle. The words that Holmes found are, before I share them with you, I'll include them all so you can see them, because some of them have weird spellings. Okay, so the words that he found are cede, C-E-D-E, cited, deceit, deceive, detect, device, dice, die, diet, dive, edicit, edit, evicted, iced, teed, tied, spelled T-I-D-E, and tied, spelled T-I-E-D, vetted, vied, and the 9-letter word is detective. Did anybody find that one? That one kind of jumped out at me, but I didn't find all the other words. But it's a fun game to play, so I will write them all down and show you so you can check yours off in case you missed while we were reading. All right, so how did everybody do? Good? Pretty good? All right, so our next puzzle I'm going to read is called a One-Way Oddity, and here they are. A One-Way Oddity. One afternoon while I stayed in to type up some case notes, Holmes had a meeting with Lestrade. He works for, what we would call the police, Scotland Yard. "So how did it go?" I asked him when he returned. "Oh, you know how it is," Holmes just said dismissively. "He tells me his theories about a number of cases he's working on, and I explain to him why they are wrong." He's always telling people they're wrong. "Of course," I said, "nothing that might interest my readers then? Well, I suppose there was something that you might find worthy of note. As we were walking to his office from where we met, we passed a driver going the wrong way up a one-way street, and yet Lestrade did nothing about it." "Did he not see the man?" I asked. "Or does he simply not consider traffic matters to be of his domain?" "Oh, he certainly saw the man," Holmes replied, "and I'm sure he would have intervened had he believed there had been a reason to." Why didn't Lestrade intervene? Why didn't he arrest him? Think about it. Think about it. We often say we have to think outside the box, which means to me, I have to think of what's logical and then sometimes think about the opposite of that, or what most folks might not normally think. And it's hard to do. It's making our brains think in different ways. So do your best and come back in a couple days. I'll have the answer to this one and I'll have a new one for you. Happy sleuthing, friends.